sipping wine I can't afford. Wave my hand, come bring me more. I guess I'm washing dishes later. This Crown Royal got me feeling like a king slayer. My corpse rise, I've been in gentrified hell. Just a blue-eyed white walker wandering these Winterfells. Can you tell? These poses and these tellers only ever wanna rap for funds. I package you in an NRA hat because you cap with guns. You really snapping, huh?
Whoever sees this and subscribes right now get free gills. Fish have them. Whales don't. What's going on, YouTube? It's Willie Knoxville, and we are back with the reaction series. So today, man, we have a massive one on deck. First off, I want to give a huge shout out to Ren for shouting me out in my breakdown of his last track, Masochist. Man, let me tell you, like, sometimes I feel like, you know, I'm guessing, I'm trying to put myself in the mind of the artist. So to get validation like that, it really means a hell of a lot. It means the world. Thank you so much, Ren, for the shout out and for the love. So you know what? It's time to deep dive into this one right here, right now. It's none other than Lost All Faith. One.
Mate, I'm in a bit of a rush right now. You're a sick guy. Thanks, mate.
Have I heard that sample before? It sounds familiar.
Mate, I'm in a bit of a rush right now. You're a sick guy. Thanks, mate. You're a sick boy. I've got to get at this train, mate. I'm really sorry. I'm talking to you. Hey, can I get a quick picture, mate? Nah, mate. I've got to go, mate. Just a little cheeky little picture for the I've really got to go, mate. I'm sorry.
Do it for the gram, bro.
Alright, fine. Quickly. I knew it was you. I'm a top.
Oh, man, you a sick boy. I love just that little cheekiness, but calling back to the track Sick Boy, to the Sick Boy album incoming. If you haven't pre-ordered one yet, stop what you're doing, go do it right now, and then come back to this reaction. Also, even when Ren's got little skits going on, he can't help but drop little doubles in. Like, you're sick. You're a sick artist.
Alright, fine, quickly. I knew it was you. I'm a charming fella. I like drinking cans of Stella. See, I'm living for the weekend. By kebabs and salmonella, Cinderella.
I think Ren's favorite beer is Stella. That is confirmed because this is the second time we've had a Stella bar. We had the Stella to Interstella bar on Down on the Beat with Victus, didn't we? All right. You hear that in the back of the mix? Like there was like, I don't know, like this yell. I've heard that effect before, that kind of ad lib. It's been used on other hip hop tracks. I've heard it on Logic tracks, but it was like off to the side and then kind of bounce the other side of the mix. Ren is just like a master of just like throwing these cheeky little sounds and moments into production, like in the back. There's so much atmosphere. It's so much fun. Like you could sit here and just dissect from a producer's perspective everything that Ren puts into his tracks, man. It's so interesting and versatile.
I'm a charming fella. I like drinking cans of Stella. See, I'm living for the weekend. By kebabs and salmonella. Cinderella story raps to riches, minute full propeller. I'm Nigella Lawson.
Hey, who doesn't want to go to the local kebab shop and pick up some salmonella as well? Free salmonella for you today, kids.
Kebabs and salmonella. Cinderella story raps to riches, minute full propeller. I'm Nigella.
Spin it, full propeller. Like everything's coming around. Like pauper to a prince now, rags to riches, but also propeller spinning, or how he spins a narrative in his story. Cool little wordplay there.
Can buy kebabs and salmonella. Cinderella story raps to riches, minute full propeller. I'm Nigella Lawson stacking mozzarella. Only joking, I'm an
Nigella fitting in with the propeller mozzarella scheme. Again, cheese bars. We had cheddar that he's used before. On Down on the Beat, I'm thinking of too. So he's stacking mozzarella. He's stacking that cheese. He's getting his guap now. He's finally made it. And then Nigella Lawson, isn't that like a food critic or something related to food? Hence the mozzarella stacking bars. I just like how he took like the first part of her name and used that to fit in with this little Cinderella rhyme scheme that he's playing off of.
Only joking, I'm an introvert alone inside my room because
stacking mozzarella. Only joking, I'm an introvert. Like I love, like he's like pushing it with the cadence, almost like yelling that last bar of delivery, like more aggressive out here. And then he follows that up with a flow switch, and then he drops down in the cadence. Then again, you hear that. Like I can't even make that noise. I don't know what that noise is. I can't like re-imitate it. I'm awful at it. Like a dying cow on the side of the road. Beef, anyone? It's fresh.
Only joking, I'm an introvert alone inside my room because my insides hurt. I contemplate existence with consistency in my polo shirt, then reassert my confidence because my insides hurt. I contemplate existence with consistency.
I contemplate existence with consistence, which means I'm always contemplating my existence. That's not down and depressing at all.
Joking, I'm an introvert alone inside my room because my insides hurt. I contemplate existence with consistency in my polo shirt, then reassert my confidence with compliments I don't deserve.
Confidence, compliments, existence, blah, blah. I'm forgetting lines, but what I'm trying to get to is that he's got an internal to external rhyme scheme. Yet again, he loves those internals to externals. So he goes AA to B, which is very smooth scheme.
Existence,
Right?
consistent.
Existence, consistence. AA to shirt.
In my polo shirt, then reassert my confidence with compliments. I don't
Confidence, compliments. So that's back to new A rhymes, internal A scheme.
deserve. I can't.
Don't deserve, right? Shirt, deserve. So he makes that fit in with the B external scheme. Smooth.
Existence with consistence in my polo shirt, then reassert my confidence with compliments I don't deserve. I calm my nerves by plotting for the day that I might leave this earth. I lift up my eyes to the hill.
Well, that's not normally how I call myself, is by contemplating when I'm gonna die.
By plotting for the day that I might leave
That's a new tonic to drink down.
this earth. I lift up my eyes to the hills. Pain is my shepherd, my sword and my shield. I find my
That's a great line. Pain is my shepherd, my sword, and my shield. And I just got a shout out. I'm going to take it. No, he's not referencing me or my family, but he lifts up his eyes to the hills and you see the eyes in the background. And I hear a cool little like female voice. Again, you never know what's going to happen. The production just atmospherically placing the mix here on this little drop down moment.
my eyes to the hills. Pain is my shepherd, my sword and my shield. I find
So if it's your shepherd, your pain is guiding you. If it's your sword, it also protects you. And it attacks for you as well. So you use your pain as like a weapon, as a sword to push forward, which he has done through his music. But also, in a weird way, you become so reliant and so used to that pain, it can flip and become a shield too. Because like you are so used to that homeostasis of being now in this constant state of pain and anxiety. You don't know what life is like outside of it almost. Like that's kind of your comfort zone and what you know. And you just learn to adapt and survive within that little hole. It is the bitter irony and catch-22 of anyone dealing with anxiety and depression or darkness and thoughts like that. Eventually you just start to exist in this mental scape, and that is your comfort. Weirdly enough, even though it is eating you alive and destroying you inside. There's some deeper lines here strewn throughout this on top of his more like catchy, fun, punchy delivery and flow switches and wordplay.
lift up my eyes to the hills. Pain is my shepherd, my sword and my shield. I find my refuge in patience and pills. A patient that's patiently waiting for help.
Great flips on patience here, like having patience, being able to wait on things versus being a patient, flipping it to the pills, patient to pill scheme.
Refuge in patience and pills. A patient that's patiently waiting for help. I don't ever seem to feel well. Can anybody save me from myself?
Almost like tribal drums going on here, and he's like, and that's just bouncing back and forth on the mix. So I love how it's like gritty, aggressive off to the side, But then in the middle of the mix and over top of it is him singing, going up into these more higher notes and schemes.
I don't ever seem to feel well. Can anybody save me from myself? There's blood on the leaves where I fell. Coming down. Burn the border, sons and daughters.
Wow.
And all the crazies of the praise more.
Burn Disorder line. I don't know why. I've got like Pink Floyd vibes. And I know that doesn't make sense, but I think it's like the lyricism right now. Like raising up George Orwellian 1984 style. You see even the fist in the air and the Law and Order. And what's dope here is all of a sudden we go into like a rock percussive sound, like a full-on drum kit, like the heavy percussive hits. And Ren, what are you doing with your voice, my friend?
Sons and daughters, Lord.
It's almost like a chanting, sons and daughters.
And all the crazies of the praise more selfish ways have come too late. I've lost my faith.
Wow, my last name's Hill, but I can't get that high. I mean, is that an angel? How did he get up there? Come too late. I'm not even gonna try it. Wow. To go high, but I really love that melody. That's super catchy. And notice how like the bricks all fall down, like the foundations are falling around them with the lyric videos. I love these lyric videos, man. Isn't that funny? After that super heavy like rock percussion line, you just bring back in that sample, and it starts to kind of wind in. It starts down here, and then it builds, and then it just drops back in. It's like, hey, I'm still here. Let's get back to this mode now, in this form of being. Like, we're just switching and so versatile with what's happening with the production. Yet again, always keeps you on your toes.
You've awoke a beast, I'm a geezer on the streets. Mona Lisa, this is art, make her Mona Lisa, she needs my meat. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
At least she eats my meat. She's not a vegetarian on this one, right, Vic? But Mona Lisa, make her moan at least. But the way that he said that sounded just like a nice, smooth slant rhyme to Mona Lisa, Mona at least.
Mona Lisa, this is art, make her Mona Lisa, she needs my meat. Eeny, meeny, miny, Mohammed Abi Ali, please to me.
Eeny, meeny, miny, Mohammed. Didn't we just hear that on Masochist? I'm pretty damn certain we broke that down on Masochist. And that is the third or fourth time now we've referenced Muhammad Ali. Obviously, he loves his boxing schemes. But now I'm starting to think there's a consistency here, right? Should I speculate on this now? No. Let's see where this goes. But there seems to be sort of an interconnectedness of creativity throughout these past few tracks that we've done. And maybe that's why he's releasing like back to back to back to back. And maybe it's just different variables of the same coin and different perspectives and ways of looking at similar themes. And just like representing possibly his split personalities and his psychosis and his bending of reality as he goes through it all, because every song is kind of different in attack and approach, but there is similar lyrical content and similar bars. Interesting.
She needs my meat. Eeny, meeny, miny, Mohammed Abi Ali, please to meet you, mate. Who's the G? Not me, an irregular guy. Halitosis with
Who's the G? Not me, an irregular guy. See again how he like pushes it, gets aggressive, and then follows that up with another little flow switch and drop down on the tonal change.
to meet you, mate. Who's the G? Not me, an irregular guy. Halitosis with psychosis, omens etched in my mind. Over
Halitosis with psychosis. Again, nice internal to internal compound multi-syllable scheme, and then back to the ein sounding external schemes. But halitosis, it's bad breath essentially with psychosis. It's a hell of a combination. But he could have bad breath because he's sick. You don't know like what's stirring up all the acid that he's spitting and giving to us.
not me, an irregular guy. Halitosis with psychosis, omens etched in my mind. Overdosed on pills and potions, a collection of mine. Split up
Overdose on pills and potions, but also like if you're popping lots of pills, cocaine users, etc., like one of the side effects can be halitosis and bad breath too. So from everything that he's doing, messing with his body chemistry could lead to that halitosis. There could be smooth little double meanings there.
Please to meet you, mate. Who's the G? Not me, an irregular guy. Halitosis with psychosis, omens etched in my mind. Overdosed on pills and potions, a collection of mine.
Overdose on pills and potions, collection of mine, right? Halitosis, psychosis, etched in my mind. So see the collection etched. So he goes A, A, B, C. Then he goes like A, A, B, C again. Really cool stacking of the rhyme schemes bar for bar right there.
Dosis with psychosis, omens etched in my mind. Overdosed on pills and potions, a collection of mine.
Nice.
Split a Valium with a Zanny and I mix it with wine. Hey, pull yourself together.
You want some cheese with that one?
Collection of mine. Split a Valium with a Zanny and I mix it with wine. Hey, pull yourself
Not something you should try at home, kids.
together, mate. Pull your socks up, stand up straight. Look at you, you're such a mug. God, you're such a fucking stain. Honestly, I wouldn't be seen dead with you in public. Depressed and disorderly, it's like you fucking love it. Maybe you're right, maybe
Depressed and disorderly, or getting like a drunk and disorderly out in public could be playing on that and getting yourself a fine versus the state that he's in. And I love, again, this like talk about split personalities, and it's almost like him talking to himself and like that inner voice and that inner critic, like, what are you doing? Get your shit together. Almost High Ren-esque right there.
dead with you in public.
Or it could be just like public critique and criticism of him and how other people might see him.
Depressed and disorderly, it's like you fucking love it. Maybe you're right, maybe it's friend. Do it again and again and again. Maybe I'm high, maybe I'm man.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it's Ren. Maybe I'm high. High Ren? I don't know. I'm reaching on that one. But anyways, I love this little flow switch and faster scheme.
Fucking love it. Maybe you're right,
As we question our identity, though, maybe it's Ren.
maybe it's friend. Do it again and again and again. Maybe I'm high, maybe I'm man. To live in a cycle of anti-survival like man. In a prism like Ben, shot the
Living a cycle of anti-survival. You're supposed to live as humans in a state of survival and doing what you can. Survival of the fittest. Darwinism, people. But in this case, Ren is like doing everything to try to destroy himself and separate, soul from body.
Maybe I'm high, maybe I'm man. To live in a cycle of anti-survival like man. In a prism like Ben, shot the iris of the land. Make believe and play pretend. God's my witness at the end. with God as my witness. I walk through the valley of the shadow of sickness. I fear no evil, I need no forgiveness. Deliver me.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me. That's a psalm right there that he's quoting. But in this case, he flips the biblical verse.
Valley of the shadow of
Valley, instead of shadow of death, it's shadow of sickness here. And that's sickness that overshadows all of his life and what he's been through.
sickness. I fear no evil, I need no forgiveness. Deliver me from temptation, he never listens.
I fear no evil. I need no forgiveness. Deliver me from temptation. He never listens. And you could picture again a Ren in this state of just being so fed up with everything and all the shit that he's been through. And this music really is his outlet and his release. And you're getting a little bit more of that dark side from Ren. And he's so fed up. You know, he's popping pills. He's doing whatever because he's at the end of the line and he doesn't care about temptations and he doesn't care about consequences anymore. And he feels like he's not getting anyone listening. He's not getting any comfort and solace from God and from religion.
Forgiveness. Deliver me from temptation, he never listens. I don't ever seem to feel well. Can anybody save me from myself? There's blood on the leaves where I fell. Coming down. Burn the
Here we go.
sons and daughters, law and order. Crave disorder.
Again, burning down the border feels like much in the same way we had on Masochist, like burning down all these institutions and burning down the foundations and rebuilding something. But first, there has to be destruction and chaos.
And order. Crave disorder. Praise my selfish ways have come too late.
Really cool melody writing and mixing. I've come to lay my selfish ways. Like one word hits off to the side when he doubles, but everything else is just here pushing.
I've lost my faith, I've lost my faith.
Hana, hana. What in the Bollywood movie is happening here? Sounds like a video game. Oh. What's she saying? Why am I thinking of Moana? Maybe because I watched that with my kids, but she's not singing You're Moana. You're Nirvana? Could you be the one? We're finally finding enlightenment. Through all this destruction, we're finding something to make us the one. We're searching for the one and that enlightenment. That makes sense. I think it's Nirvana. And that ties in with the masochist themes and all this other stuff we've been talking about on the series from Ren.
I lift up my eyes to the hill. Pain is my shepherd, my sword and my shield. I find my refuge in patience and pills.
I find my refuge in patience and pills. Yeah, you definitely get kind of a time capsule. You know, it's like Ren is taking these tracks, he's put them in a time capsule, and he's reopened them up for us. And you see the linkage throughout of this man going through pain and angst and darkness and these shadows surrounding him. And he's using that music to express it. And whether it's more kind of upbeat stuff like Down on the Beat and kind of having fun and being silly, because humor can be a way for coping with darkness, as a lot of comedians will tell you. Whether it's masochist and just over-the-top destruction and burning things down and really finding that inner demon, whether it's kind of like in between both of those with this one right here, this sort of balance. But yet again, notice the title, Lost All Faith, right? This is a man really going through it and at rock bottom and looking for hope and looking for nirvana and ways out. And he's using that music to release everything. Ren, you were Knoxville certified. Hope you guys liked today's video. This is from here at the end. Obviously, enjoy the content. Do me a huge favor, support the channel directly. Subscribe, notifications on. It really, really does go a long way. I love you guys. Stay safe, stay positive. It's one only Knoxville. You know, I'll catch you again.